I'm Dr. Ray Middleton. I help people by delivering great training. Here's an example episode from one of my training courses explaining the Power Threat Meaning Framework. I'm a member of the Power Threat Meaning Framework Committee, and these materials were developed in conjunction with the committee. We're thinking about and exploring the Power Threat Meaning Framework question, how did what happened to me affect me? In terms of what types of threat were posed to getting my needs met. Next, I will explain and give examples of some of the different types of threats that we may experience on our journey through life. Threats might be to our safety and well-being. For example, they might be threats, bodily threats, through starvation, physical attacks, sexual assaults, disability, disease, ill health, chronic pain, and exhaustion. We can experience relational threats, a different type of threat, through our relationships with parents, family members, friends, professionals in relatively powerful positions, including healthcare professionals. Many relationships could be supportive to us. So one kind of threat we experience is to a supportive relationship coming to an end. Relationships are not always positive though, are they? A relationship could be the source of a threat through being undermined or invalidated and humiliated relationally by someone else. A relationship may be one where you are built up or you might be bullied, so it could be positive or negative. It might be an encouraging relationship, supportive, loving, or it could be a harmful and abusive relationship, emotionally, physically, or sexually abusive. So relationships can work both ways in terms of power. They are both powerfully places where we might receive and give love and support, but they can also be where we experience threats to our core safety and sense of self. So relational power is very important interpersonally. We can also experience powerful threats to our material and economic needs being met. This could be through losing benefit entitlements, for example, or a threat of losing regular income if we lose our paid job, for example. If there's a recession, we might feel threatened by that. Economic and material threats may mean we cannot gain food and housing, access to services, affordable transport, not being able to repair things as they break down. We might not be able to join in social activities as they have a cost, an economic cost associated with them. Poverty can be a threat that leads to many other threats in a vicious circle. To varying degrees, this can include feelings of shame for some people because our consumer capitalist culture that we live in values wealth and material possessions as a desirable status symbols. Human beings are embodied relational, ethical, and emotional beings, aren't we? And we're not just, rational thinkers. So when we are faced with a core threat, we can understandably feel very strongly. We might feel a strong, overwhelming emotions at times, which is perfectly valid and reasonable because it's how we survive. And the difficulty can be how to manage those strong emotions or how to channel them. We can understand the strong emotions as part of our response to a threat, to our needs being met, for us to survive and thrive. So it's understandable, isn't it, that we have feelings about the world that we live in. A threat can be the threat of losing our place in a community. That's a different kind of threat. This could be around losing our role by losing a voluntary or paid job, for example. We can feel a threat to and from our environment, or a threat to our environment, such as living in a high crime area. We might feel we might be the victim of crime. We might be in an area with high pollution or poor housing, which can threaten our health. Do you see how these different types of threat are important to think about? We often have limited power over our environment. So we might have to depend on powerful government authorities and organisations to keep it safe for us, such as the company in charge of our safe drinking water, or the local government in charge of housing or the roads. So it's, we're often more powerful institutions than us are in charge of trying to keep us safe, and we're not necessarily in control of all these things, like the level of pollution. I hope you found that helpful. For more information about the live and recorded training I offer, just email me at ray.middleton@ladderforlife.com and sign up for my free trauma informed course by clicking the link in the description comments. Subscribe for more helpful videos and post a question in the comments and I'll reply.